Penny here from East Hertfordshire Family Centre Service. Now, one thing that has happened over the last 18 months is that we've had to find lots of ways to amuse ourselves as a family and finding activities that might involve us all. Families have a big age range. We could have someone who is a toddler right up to someone who is approaching their teens or beyond, never mind us as parents. Maybe we have grandparents living with us. Yep, a really vast difference in ages and abilities. But you know, sometimes it's really good to have that excuse to have to play with something that's younger with us, and also how important we might feel if we were able to do something that was grown up. And having a sister 8 years younger than me, I just loved having to play with dolls, etc. with her. So what about setting aside some regular time, maybe weekly, fortnight or monthly, when you all share in an activity together? Maybe you could have a special box in which you put and post activities or games that you would like to do, and ones in which you can all play together. Yep, it might mean that you end up having to play cars and trains or houses or dancing or visiting a local play area. But whatever it is, it's something that you individuals within the family have chosen to do. What about planning an outing? You know, whatever suits you as a family. It could be going out and visiting a local outside area, go to the swimming pool, go to the museum, a place of interest, to the play barn, whatever. Now, board games are a fabulous way of spending time together. You can do that during the day, inside or outside, in the early evening. You could include a picnic tea. And younger children, if you're playing a sort of more complicated game, can play paired up with an older sibling or a parent. They can help turn over the cards or move pieces. Many board games can be found in charity shops, or you could ask friends and families, what about having a board game swap? An older child or yourself could make a story box or a bag to retell a younger child's favourite story, or even your own, their favourite story. What are you going to put into that box? Look for the items together and take turns in the retelling. How about having storytelling sessions? Maybe take turns to read childhood favourites, and you too as adults. I have sent recording to some of my sisters of our favourites when we were children, and nieces and nephews have listened too. Younger children are happy to listen to stories that are for an older age. Just need to check that maybe some of the contents are appropriate if we read some ones that we enjoyed. What about choosing photos or drawing pictures? Stick them onto cardboard and make them into jigsaws for each other. So you could have got your photographs, stick them onto card, and then you can cut them into whatever shape you want. A simple one, maybe like that, a square, or a more complicated one. And then draw on the back and cut those out and make your own fun jigsaws for each other. What about having a jigsaw on the go for you all to dip in and out of, and younger family members can help look for pieces with distinctive colours and patterns and shape. It's lovely having a jigsaw. It doesn't have to be done all in one fell swoop, but just take your time over it. Walks are always great to go on. What about choosing a different time to go? A different time from when you normally would go on a regular route? What about in the early morning? What about in the evening? Choose favourite and known routes. What's different about it at these different times of day? What about creating a family museum? Set aside a small area of a room. Find things that are special to you as a family or individuals. They could be toys, books, pieces belonging to an older family member, cards, etc. And it's a great way to talk about things and life of your own childhood, a bit of history. You can display them. Maybe make tickets to go with them. Just simple things like this. You could also have a go at making a photograph collage as well to go into your museum. Photographs from now, from long ago, again, showing people and family members that some of our children may or may not have met. So when you're making your museum, display all the objects, make those signs and involve your youngest children in writing those notices and those signs. It's mark making. They are brilliant at making marks. Drawing and writing is mark making. Say, make that photo collage of you all. Will your museum have a name? Will you have tickets for people to come into it? Invite others to come and have a look around it. Lots of things you could do with that idea. A family cooking session. Planning and prepping a meal together. If you've got a young baby, sit your young child in the high chair. Chat about what you're doing to him or her while you're doing it. So involve them in the activity as well. Young toddlers can help chop and mix. They can lay the table. Sit all together and enjoy that. And maybe visit a time when fruit is out in the hedgerows. Go fruit and berry picking together. If you're not sure of what it is on a particular bush, I suggest it's best to leave it. And look for ways in which you can eat that fruit. Maybe you can even make it into a cordial. Those are just some ideas that you could do as a family, however old or young you are. And it would be lovely to hear of any of those activities that you do as a family.